LeBron James debut chance independence.
Are we going to talk about
Tupac.
the hometown favorite?
Huh?
Are we going to talk about the hometown favorite first, or are we going to talk about that shenanigans?
First off, once I announce it, that's the randomness.
Right.
Y'all, who cares?
Oh yeah,
that's when y'all let loose on whatever you want to talk about.
We'll pick them up as they go.
Yeah. So let me see. So yeah, we got Chance Independence, Tupac albums, Aliens Over LA, Vic Mensa, and my man Trey's tech segment.
Yeah, we're going to talk about a little tech.
I want to
I
chime in on that too, but
no, I mean I'm saying that everyone's
man.
gonna be. You can be able to chime
I'm
in.
gonna talk
You
about
know what you're gonna
all
talk
these
about.
people like flooding my inbox with DMs that are saying don't accept any posts by something else.
oh, I see no.
I thought you meant real tech.
No, we're gonna
Oh,
talk
is it on
about
Facebook?
That's what I'm saying. I thought this man had like some tech about some equipment. That's
tech stuff, and then we'll take you down a rabbit hole on just
yeah. We need to go straight to the rabbit hole.
But like, man,
that can be a rant.
All y'all need to change your damn password. Let's just start off with
right.
change your damn password. All right, let's go.
All
right, man. First off, let's start. How was y'all weekend?
It was good. Just did my typical suburban bullshit.
Nothing special. You didn't do a 100-mile ride or nothing, Pat, man?
No, I rode and I ran.
Okay.
Cut the grass.
This is my biking buddy, just in case y'all didn't know, man. This is the guy who
just like everybody. Oh, I know this cool.
Oh yeah, we kicked it off already. Yeah.
I thought we were supposed to do the intro or something.
Oh yeah.
You already did it.
That's what I thought. That's why I said it.
Oh no, that's cool. I'm like, I'm thinking we were just good.
I mean, I didn't do too much as far as the weekend. How was your weekend, Trey?
Man, I didn't cook. I didn't do anything. It was soccer Saturday. I had on pick up the kids' sevens, man, just straight up out the box. Oh, man.
Take Emma swimming fives.
Man, dude, cause right now, I realized something about myself. Like, being a suburban guy, I'm from the hood, man. I'm from the gutter, son. And
who can tell?
Well, it's like, man, I became Uncle Phil, son, but I started off as the Fresh Prince.
Already,
you know what
man.
I mean? So it's like, now I'm looking over at suburban life, and there's like certain contests that go on, like whether or not you have your lawn cut on a holiday, you know?
Right.
Like I got somebody who's border on each side of me, and he owns each house, so he'll go out there, make my lawn look just like horrible. But like if I go out there, my back hurts, right?
Yeah,
it takes me like 4 hours. When it takes my dude 30 minutes, I just be out there just you know what I mean? Like he even has it hooked up now where he'll tie up certain things, put away the things I haven't put away in the whole week or two since he's been up here, man. Living that life, you know what I mean? And he'll clean it, get it all straight, man. Go do my mom's, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Living that gardener life,
right,
man.
So you got somebody doing your shit for you.
Man, I went on out to
work smarter, not harder.
Already.
I took the kids over to soccer, and I found a new contest, right? So, the new contest during soccer season is who has the best tent, right? So it's if you have a regular pop-up academy tent, or if you got something off-brand, what's the off-brand?
Yeah. Tent
and
wars.
It's the size of your tent, right? Man, I went out there, I took it on out, we got something new from the Walmart, you know how it goes. And to be honest with you, I might have to bring out a generator and just show them how I really get down.
Have a whole lot.
I almost just thought about it. It was should I just take that card that I got from the Home Depot and really charge it up?
Yeah, no, don't do it.
Man.
Don't do it.
No,
man.
you're not gonna need it.
Yeah, don't keep up with the Joneses, man. Just because you Uncle Phil don't mean you need to run through the bread like that.
It's not even just the Joneses, man. I could use a fan and a little bit of
too
music,
much.
you know what I mean?
Man ain't finna sit up there and pack that stuff
every time.
Son, no, man, I bring out the dolly.
Yeah.
I got the Costco dolly out. And it goes into 3 separate positions.
You're still not gonna want to do that every day.
No,
I'm on that straight suburban life, son.
Yeah.
I'm a retired
I'm getting
gangster.
there. I'm getting suburban life. Home Depot once a week.
Once a week, Home Depot, man.
Man, I hope it's not like that. I'm getting my house in 6 months. I just hope it's not like that, man.
It's gonna be like that.
Nah, man, I'm gonna find better things to
You
do
remember
with
me
my
a year
time.
ago? You've never seen me at a Home Depot.
All right. So,
Yeah.
what up? First, we got this UFC weekend. This was an incredible weekend. I can't wait to hear what Mr. Man got to say. My man Pert got to say about this one. So, what's up, man? What you got to say about this weekend? I know you definitely want to dive straight in this Conor McGregor fight. So, man, what you got to say about that?
The McGregor fight. Yeah, I mean, I had people over, did the whole fight party. You know, wings, meatballs.
What about your house, man? What you think about the fight, son?
Let me get into my bag, nigga. You just mad because you ain't pull up. You should have pulled up. You definitely should
I saw
have.
the meatballs. I was pissed, son. Pissed.
No,
So,
man.
yes, I'm salty, son.
You know, but no, man. You know, in regards to the fight, man, I knew he was gonna lose, and the reason why I knew he was gonna lose was based upon I've been waiting for him to lose, right? Like I told y'all last week with the 50 gym shit, it's the Mayweather effect, where you just like sometimes you want the bad guy to lose, man. But if you watch like the pre-fight press conferences, man, that dude was just being disrespectful, man. And the way the ass whooping came out was like somebody who was disrespecting somebody.
Bro, did you see
religion.
when he was talking to him as he was punching him?
Yes. Said, let's talk now. Like, let's talk, yes. You know, and that ass whooping was well deserved because, you know,
extremely personal.
It was personal, man.
Personal.
You talk about the bus thing, right?
Yes.
And then you did.
He cut his eye though and made him not fight that weekend. He caught. Did he not?
Yeah,
the
he did.
glass had caught his eye or something. He couldn't fight that weekend. They had to
No,
replace him with another fighter.
one of his friends,
Well,
not
his
him.
friend,
One of his friends.
Okay.
Yeah. But still
man,
in the same.
Like, imagine
that's
that
why
shit.
the shit popped.
Imagine that shit.
That's why the shit popped off after the fight.
His homeboy jumped in when they got his eye cut.
Yes.
That's the one who jumped in the ring.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, in the
Yes.
red.
Yes.
Yeah, he owned that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
But,
he
I mean,
owned that.
I mean, I thought the repercussions were well deserved.
The thing about McGregor, I think he's fueled by Dana White.
Okay.
I think Dana White, he's trying to turn this shit into WWE.
Okay, so he's a puppet.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And how in the hell are you going to let McGregor come back and fight for the title after the bus incident?
Okay.
Throwing shit at a bus window,
Mhm.
assaulting people in the bus,
Mm-hmm.
spent an hour in jail, and let him come fight, what was it, 5 months later?
Mm-hmm.
For
Yes.
the title?
You want?
And
Yes.
then
Makes perfect
home
sense.
dude jumped over the fence and swung at, and then stripped his title.
But Conor was stripped too.
But true. Oh, it was. Oh, it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Stripped of what?
But he didn't have the belt at the time though.
Yeah, but he has.
No, they made him come up off one belt anyway.
Yeah.
They made him come up off that belt when he had the 2 belts because then he was gonna go like on another year off. So they was like, nah, we can't have.
So okay.
See,
So they took the not the lightweight,
Interim?
but the one underneath.
Oh,
Wasn't it something that he wanted to give? I think it was
I don't
something
know.
he wanted to give away. Anyway.
No, he did. He was mad as hell about that.
I used to follow the UFC a lot back when like the
Yeah.
Chuck Liddell days, BJ Pink. That was the day I liked.
But no,
Right.
like finish your point about like what like the differences like in both. Like you were saying, like what did they do about like what they did about McGregor versus what they did.
I
about,
felt okay. I didn't like the fact that homeboy jumped over the fence.
yeah.
And to me, that's just like that's not martial arts. Martial arts is a respectful way of fighting.
True.
Right.
It's not like you're supposed to have discipline and all that.
Right.
So, strip his belt. But the thing about it is, he did it to McGregor's team.
Okay.
McGregor kind of instigated that, kind of
Disrespect his religion.
disrespected his,
His father.
So it's one of those catch-22 things.
I mean, I kind of feel you because, like, I mean, when you're looking at boxing, right? You're looking at Tyson and stuff he said. There was never no, jumping in the crowds and doing all
True,
that.
true.
You know what I mean? And he went way further than the type of disrespect that McGregor did to the man. Now, granted, certain people in certain cultures don't play that.
Well, look at
Thank you.
Certain
Thank
people
you.
in certain you
Thank
just
you.
can't do that to them.
Thank you.
Look
You know?
at back in the
Facts.
day, BJ Penn and GSP hated each other.
True.
Facts.
After every single time they fought, how many times? Like 85 times they fought. They always got up and shook each other's hand. And you know, it's just a different era now. I think Dana White kind of is instigating it.
But
He's a
let's be
businessman.
honest. Exactly. That's what I was saying. You were
He's a
saying like,
businessman.
right. That's why I was like, when you were saying, how can he let Conor McGregor fight 5 months after the bus incident? I'm like, do you know how many people paid attention to that bus incident? Do you know how many people was anticipating him coming back after that? It's like Bones Jones. I mean, every time he gets popped for whatever and he has to sit out for so long, his very next fight is going to be the biggest thing right now. Especially when they, like, UFC just got through going through like a drought, right?
Right.
Like, a lot of people just stopped watching. A lot of people didn't care no more. Now you're bringing back the guys who had brought all this money in.
Yeah.
So, I mean, at some point, you don't have a choice but to bring it back no matter what they do.
I don't like McGregor. I think he's a douchebag.
Yeah, he's super douche, and I think he stole the whole Floyd Mayweather bad guy swag, talk a lot of shit. But he got too many L's on his record to beat Floyd. But for some reason, and not even throw a race card out there, but for some reasons, like he's allowed to do that, and people cheer him on, and they love to watch him fight. 4 million freaking pay-per-views this time around, man.
Yeah.
50 to 60. The regular was 50. And then the other one's 60 for HD.
No,
right?
he's making a killing. Like, he's
So,
losing, but he's making a killing.
Let's just say 55 times 4 million, right?
It's too much money.
Khabib got paid $2 million. This is where I want to go with that. The UFC, and then he didn't get paid because they took his money away from him.
Yeah.
The UFC is a big ass ripoff, man. They make billions of dollars off of these fighters per year. They pay their fighters absolutely no money.
Do you have Mayweather type of attractions to even pay them that money?
$4 million to make even at 50. Let's just say $50 a fight, right? Times 4 million for McGregor, but only McGregor do numbers like that. This is why I'm going back to your point.
Brock did though.
Yes, but only UFC, like the UFC 200, the 100.
Listen, he
Brock
brought it
doesn't
up.
mix.
Yeah,
Brock brought his numbers.
But when does Brock fight at like big fights though? It's not just
he brought his numbers.
Yeah.
He had buzz somewhere else, and he brought
yeah. And it's
like,
not
you talk
just,
about people that came up from the UFC only, like without no buzz behind them before. So I'm saying like I see, I definitely see.
They make their money off of endorsements more than anything.
I understand that, but I don't like that about the UFC, man.
But this is the thing that I have to say too, though, like, because I had to learn this too, like, before you start criticizing like how much people get paid and stuff. It's a lot of taxes and costs that we don't see and we don't understand. I don't even think Conor got all his 50, because I mean, as soon as the taxes hit, you cut short that.
Of course.
So it's like we can't always look, and so it's like, imagine if Conor got tax cut by 50. Imagine what Dana White's tax cut, check gonna be based off of what they made. So it's like, we always see these raw numbers and say, oh, you make this much off the fight. Well, you got to pay for that venue too.
Of course.
You had to pay for
announcers.
this, and then announcers. Then you got every other fighter. Then you got this and this and that. So it's like, granted, certain fighters always get paid more. I mean, look at Floyd. You can't compare Floyd to any other people he fought against.
What covers that?
He get his own buzz. That's why you really can't. Look at Rousey. You mean to tell me you're gonna argue Rousey's check versus every other chick she fought, regardless if she got beat up or not?
Right.
She still had the buzz. She brought the buzz. So
okay, but the gate alone, and this is what we need to understand sometimes. The gate alone, and the gate is how many people in those seats, the floor seats, how much. That's what the gate is, right?
Yeah.
They always know that they'll tell you how much that gate made too. They'd be like, gate alone made 20 million. Gate
was this.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, you can research all that.
And that's just on the back end though. Mm-hmm. So like, I'm not saying that everybody should get $5-10 million a fight.
Not at all.
But sometimes you got to pay the man, bro. Like, you got to, and the black champions, and I'm not counting Silva, man, because he's Brazilian, and you say whatever.
You black, because in Brazil there's
He's
racism
black
too.
as shit.
They based on
great.
In Brazil,
Great. The American black champions get suspended the most. Bones Jones. And then they don't get the.
He does the most.
Let me get to my point. Let me get to my point.
He likes to throw down.
Okay, great. He shot.
He does the most.
He shot himself in the foot. But somebody who doesn't get that light is Woodley.
What about Rampage though? Rampage.
One of my favorite fights. What do you mean? Rampage last fight was at Invicta.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But
what did he do to get suspended? What did he do?
You're disposable.
They're actually getting suspended for like technical stuff. Like, I don't think Bones Jones would have got suspended for moral reasons.
Yeah.
I think the only thing they probably could have suspended him was for either drugs or steroids.
Yeah.
So I mean, like when you say we can compare the U.S. to other countries, I'm like, well, when they go to other countries,
they don't make them the poster boy. That's all I was. That's my point.
It's a normal thing. I'm pretty sure Silva wasn't probably the best in Brazil. He was the best Brazilian in the UFC.
He went on a run.
No, what I'm saying is he was not the best fighter in Brazil.
He lost one fight in 11 years, right?
Well, he lost like 2 because he lost back 3.
He lost more than that.
He lost
at this point though. His record.
At this point,
yes, but we're talking.
When he was on his run.
When he was hot.
When he was on his run. Yeah, he only lost to that technicality, which they tried to take. Well, they tried to give it back to him.
Yeah.
It was that elbow in the wrong spot.
No, that was Jones. That was Jones.
No, what was his?
Silva went on like an 11-year run.
No, but I'm saying, what was his loss though? Was it a legit loss?
Oh yeah, the white. Remember he broke his leg.
He broke his leg in the fight.
Yeah,
4 years ago, right?
With the white boy, Weidman, which he trashed anyway, and he got sometimes.
And he was never the same after that.
No, and sometimes
Silva, Silva.
Sometimes age catches up with you when you're a fighter. But before we go to D. Lewis, because I want to talk about D. Lewis in his post game, like greatest interview ever, right?
Yeah.
I want to talk about: are we really interested in old men fighting? Floyd, Pacquiao too?
No.
I want to go deep into it. I just want to know: are we? No.
I mean, I don't think. All right, so let me ask you this:
resist the urges to go deep.
Are you asking from a personal standpoint, or are you asking from a business standpoint? Like, do I think that anyone would be, or am I personally interested?
As a consumer, are you interested?
Am I personally interested? Yeah, no. I can't say like back when they were both in their primes, when they were supposed to have fought, but then there were all these issues, and then they finally. When I would be then, or if this was maybe the third fight, but nah.
Yeah, I'm not interested.
Like, not now.
Go ahead, Trey, man.
Man, cue your soundboard, because I want my X-Files to drop.
The soundboard was good, man. The soundboard was good, man.
Because I really want to know, is Floyd out of money?
We good.
Is Floyd out of money for real?
No. But his lifestyle, he hadn't even cashed those checks from the Pacquiao fight. Like, he had, when 50 was talking that shit, Floyd still had that check. Because what Floyd does is, if you cash your check this year, then you have to pay taxes this year. If you hold on to that check that's good for life, and you cash it in 2018 when you had no fights, then guess what?
So it's not like a 90-day, like...
No, man, this is big money. This money bigger than our life, man.
No, like it's like it's some serious cash, right?
No, it is serious cash, but
I don't think Floyd will ever be out of money.
But technically,
all of his everything else he has besides just fighting.
50's a fucking troll.
He would not be the first fighter who lost.
50's a troll.
No, but I mean, he has other businesses other than fighting. At that point, when fighters lost it all, they didn't have their money invested.
Exactly.
Yeah. But you got Mayweather production, so he's making money off of everybody.
Who's made almost
that. So he doesn't have to do anything.
So I love Floyd because he did the whole. What was it? 24/7 documentary on HBO?
Well, he started that. That's his thing.
That was his idea.
Yeah.
Like he was like, we should. That's how we should market. And now it's like, man, dude, it's the way that I care about Canelo Triple G.
And look, it's not even just HBO now. Showtime does it.
No, because once he left, he took that. Yeah.
But he gets percentages off of anybody that started that whole it's crazy because he like cornered that market with that shit, dude. Like, yeah, man. Like I just like Floyd. A lot of people don't. I do because they say his fights are boring, is this or that. But when you go back and you look at them instant replays and them slow replays, when he ducked 5 punches and hit you 3 times, that's the art of fighting to me. Is why would I want to get punched? Like people like these slugfests. People like these slugfests that Canelo and Triple G had.
Because that's what you watch boxing.
Great, but Triple G won both times and he didn't fucking win. So I don't care about that. Like, cause that to me makes no fucking sense. Floyd makes it.
What I'm saying, that's you. What I'm saying is like you're
trying
to act. No, but I'm saying that's your opinion. No, there's no lying or not about lying. Yeah. Is what I'm saying is some people watch boxing to actually see a good fight. Some people watch boxing to see the skill of a boxer. It just depends on what you want to see at the time. Like I don't always want to see if ducking. Sometimes I want to see two people not care if they get knocked out. See who the first person gets knocked out. That's something like bare knuckle boxing type of stuff with no rules. But then some people actually want to see the craft of boxing. Everyone has a different view. Bro.
Okay,
you can't get mad at that.
I am mad because because when you fight, Do you care if me and you have a slugfest, or do you care if it's 10-1 on punch?
That's a different person than fighting and watching the fight. It's a difference than fighting and watching.
But I guess from a fighter's mentality, I was a little scrappy kid, bro. I had 50 fights growing up when I was just a little kid, bro. Like I fought everybody in the neighborhood, everybody I loved. You couldn't love me from fucking 0 to 15. I couldn't love you if we couldn't throw hands and then still be friends. So this is coming from a fighter's box as well. So I'm not just making all this shit up. Like, that's the way that I feel. But I don't want to get punched in the fucking face no times. So if I see somebody that made Canelo look like an amateur, right? Yeah. Made Pacquiao look like an amateur, right?
Why?
Made Marquez look like an amateur, right? Everybody you fought made them look like an amateur. How are you not entertained? Because when these clowns fight each other, they can't make each other look like shit. They're not just doing this based upon skill. Like, they literally can't duck those punches like that.
Why is he coming back? Because Pacquiao can't go and can't fight in the U.S. because he owes so much in taxes.
Okay.
So why are they fighting? If Floyd doesn't need money, if Floyd doesn't need any money.
But let's say does Pacquiao do because he's a senator and he playing basketball. He doing all this stuff.
Why is he doing all this other stuff? Why is he fighting him?
The same reason Conor McGregor just fought. Conor McGregor made more money off of Mayweather than he made his whole UFC career. I mean, and that's a fact. That's a fucking fact.
Well,
he doesn't
argue that.
So he needs the money, not so much as the attention, but their lifestyle is so lavish. You follow Floyd on Instagram?
No.
This nigga bought an $18 million watch. I would fight again too, but he doesn't need the money as much as Pacquiao do. Because because Mayweather's been trying to. This is why I love Mayweather. Mayweather really spent the $18 million on a stupid ass watch, but this is why this guy. So this is the reason. This is the reason why I fuck with Mayweather so hard. He gave every fighter in the game a blueprint to make millions of dollars and to make money on your own and not have anybody else stick their hand in your pocket. Everybody, even Pacquiao, he showed him. He said, "Stop fucking with Bob Aaron." And he told them, right? The Mike Tyson effect. Don King, he told them.
Absolutely.
Everybody's gonna have their hands in your pocket. Don't have them stick their hand in your pocket, man. This is how you can become rich like me. And nobody listened to him. They say, "Oh, he's just big mouth motherfucker. He's just look at what."
Is that why they called him a big mouth, though, bro? It's not like he came out like saying, "Hey, I'm going to try to teach you. Listen to me."
I'm saying
he was a big mouth because he earned that thing, but at the same time, he actually capitalized off the having the big mouth, like Muhammad Ali.
Look at what Conor went back and did. The nigga was trying to get a piece. He was trying to own a quarter of the UFC at one point. Y'all remember that when he was like, "I'm not fighting again until we start talking percentages and this and this da, da, da." Like, so you don't think with the 4 million pay-per-views and all the other stuff that's going on that dude pocket is lined a lot better than the 2 million that dude just made? Like the 2 million.
Of course it is. But he's McGregor. It's like you can't compare the two.
Well, he picked up on the strategy though. He picked the Mayweather strategy up. Is all I'm telling you.
Is that why Drake was sucking his dick?
I don't think.
Is that why Drake was sucking his dick last weekend?
Oh man, see Drake.
Oh my God,
Drake. This guy got a vendetta against Drake. Last week,
what is the Drake effect? Man? Okay. How many times has he made people lose for no apparent reason?
How many? Can we count the dude got Jesus juice, right? When it comes to music, right?
Absolutely.
People love him, whatever. But when it comes to sports and the people he picked, we need to do a tally of how many L's that the people that he roots for has taken at this point.
Pat, can you
he was from Mayweather.
Can you hear me?
No, Wayne came out from Mayweather though. Yes. Think about it.
I mean, but I guess it's kind of a bad curse. That'll be interesting. But I mean, it's funny, but that'll be interesting to see. Like from now on, like is that a real trend right now?
Is it the Lil B?
Because like who else does he? Serena shit.
What was it the Irish flag though?
Toronto.
Serena.
Toronto.
But why was he wearing the Irish flag though?
I didn't get the Irish flag.
I know he's half white. Is that other half Irish?
Man, come on.
You talking about
Drake? Doesn't even care at this point.
That's true.
Like Drake, Drake has been at soccer games. He's been over
wearing
like he's done rugby games. I've seen.
But did y'all see his face when Khabib jumped out there with the flying eagle?
The memes are beautiful. I love them things. The memes are hilarious.
He almost got the hands too, because Khabib. I know that he was under control, you know. But like he
I don't
almost.
think anybody would touch Drake if he saw those bodyguards and
No.
They got in front of him so fast.
Yeah.
I mean, he was protected. I mean, they got in front of him so fast. It was.
And plus, who would want to hurt Drake? He's like a.
He ain't say that.
like,
He ain't disrespect you, man.
Yeah.
That was Conor.
No.
Dude knew he was gunning for it. It wasn't a wild brawl. He knew he was gunning for
Yeah.
that. Everybody else reacted to it.
He was going for the
But
team.
Khabib knew who he was gunning for. It wasn't just like anybody and everybody.
Right.
Yeah.
true.
After seeing his interviews, he seems more of like a respectful guy than he put out after the fight.
Yeah.
I wonder. You see what they said? What his dad said? Like, I wonder if that was true.
I didn't see that.
They said his dad said his punishment when he get back home is going to be far worse than the UFC.
Already.
I believe
Yeah.
that. So.
But I'm saying, like, I want to know if that was like legit or just somebody.
No.
And then,
Because I didn't see like no legit.
I watch interviews
yeah,
and like I think he kind of regrets jumping out.
Oh, I'm pretty
and,
sure.
But think about it, his adrenaline is going.
Yeah.
His testosterone is going,
Yeah.
and then
This man, this is religion, bro.
he probably wanted to hurt.
Country and
His
his
country.
But see,
That's
like,
big.
but
That's
this is
big.
the thing, though. But this is
That's
the thing, though.
big.
Like, that's why I still kind of agree with him right here because it's like you got boxers that knew their check was worth so much that it's no matter what happens in this press conference, I ain't finna jump in the crowd and endanger such and such. Now they've all gotten brawled during the press conference before.
I can see
you
that.
know, there's always been fights that it was kind of hard to stop at a certain time because they were so ready to kill each other. Or time to after the bell, got to really separate. There's been benches throwing towels and going back and forth in the ring and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I think it's more the jumping in the ring thing was more of you endangered people.
But coming from
versus like after the fight stuff, and then I mean it looked worse the sucker punch against Conor.
Yeah.
But to me, like you say, he still deserved it because your man got he busted the
Well,
window.
they say Conor hit someone hit his cousin first. If you look at the footage, when Conor was going over the fence, the cousin of Khabib was over the fence, and Conor hit him first.
I guess I gotta watch it because when I saw that, Conor was turned around and he got hit in the back of the head.
No, he had already punched somebody by then.
Yeah, there's already so many.
He left.
You know what I'm saying? Your man's jumped the gate and punched immediately.
Yeah, Conor was jumping the gate too, and the cousin was jumping the gate, and he punched the cousin.
So before the man's jumped in the gate, that's what you're saying.
They in the ring and the dude talking shit and Conor hit him.
Conor was just chasing after Khabib.
So I guess that the camera was on Khabib.
It was so fast that
he hit him so fast, bro. Like he hit him with a he blacked his eye. He hit him with a nice little dude. Yeah, he had his little.
Well, I guess too. Then you're looking at the commentation, in which I think a lot of people have a problem with the fact that Conor never deserved this. Look what's going on.
Oh no,
punch Conor. Nah, like they kind of rolled Conor so hard, like he was just an innocent saint, like
Well, you should be. You should be protected. You should be.
Now, like I said, yes, the professionalism of a fighter kicks in.
You should be protected.
It says just not do it.
Yes.
And just like what Dana was telling you, man, remember they said, I can't put the belt around you because it's going to cause another brawl.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
I'm not going to lie, they need a rematch.
Of course.
They
but Conor wants it. He wants it.
And we'll transition off of that, but you down for the rematch? You think?
No.
Because it was a mauling. I don't think he can even beat Khabib if he wanted to.
But how he talked to him.
No.
But why do you
see that again? Like Khabib is like
to him.
for real, man. Like I knew he was for real when his dad made him fight a little bear.
But I also think I've seen that 9.
No,
yes, I'm
like,
sorry.
That's for real. Like
9.
he made him go out there in a Russian bear and like wrestle him, and he held his own against a bear.
He did.
Like
you
there's
never
very
seen the
few
video?
things I'm scared
Oh yeah,
of.
he wrestled a bear.
One of them.
So 2 things, man. I expected it to be a stand-up brawl, right? And it ended up being this little wrestling shit. This is where me and a lot of my friends.
Why did you? Okay, why? Let me ask you that. Yeah, why did you expect that it was going to be a brawl? Did you not see Khabib's?
Yeah, because it was just the talking. But he knocked him 3 times. He knocked him down 3 times. So don't get it twisted. Like he had the right hand to put him down, but then he slowed the fight down. I hate when they start doing the hug fest, man. I understand the strategy. I understand the point. I understand all that. But after see,
I guess the reason I'm asking is because that's what was predicted before the fight. Because even Dana said it. I can see this fight going Conor's way if Conor knocks him out. I can see it going Khabib's way if he gets him to the ground.
See?
So it's like, so I'm saying, like, why would you expect when I guess so many other people assume that it was?
I think with all the animosity,
okay.
and if somebody disrespected me like that, then I would be the way that y'all talked about, like not.
Well, I mean, he said you want to talk now as he was beating his ass. I mean,
it would.
Me personally,
it turned to a brawl for us.
I think. Well, that's at that point.
At that point, you can knock me out, but let me get these 3 off.
Ain't nobody gonna let you. You know what I'm saying? But at that point, isn't it your whole Mayweather argument come in?
Yeah,
Like,
no.
right? So it's like, okay, let's get him at a disadvantage. That way I can pound him.
Okay.
I would rather pound him on his face like he did when he was pinned down.
That's
versus,
what always turns us off from the UFC, man. Like
What?
we was at my house watching the shit, and
Yeah.
I mean, we went outside, and I'm vaping, and they're smoking, and yeah, like it turned into like a whole night where I actually probably only seen 50% of that fight because it was on the ground, and I'm just like, man, fuck this, and. You know, the whole time D. Lewis was fighting, I'm gonna transition to him because there was the funniest shit ever.
I just think it's hilarious how you appreciate Mayweather, but then you don't like the
I don't like the ground shit on the.
But it's a strategy just like
But he's
Mayweather.
ducking-
I'm not
he's
getting hit, but I
he's-
am submitting
The
you.
defense.
Yeah, it's a defensive.
Yeah, but he's
Mayweather's a
ducking
defensive
punches.
guy.
You know how they used to duck punches versus to just tackle somebody who's,
Bro,
who
but
you're stronger than?
that's the rules, though. You can't. If Mayweather could, I'm pretty sure it's some of his counters, and he would.
That's
do
how
whatever he
white
gotta
boys
do.
fight when we were younger. They always wanted to take it to the
what are
ground.
you, okay,
We
what are you
never-
watching UFC for and trying to compare it to boxing then?
We never. No. I'm talking the checks. I'm not. That's why I said the money should never be the
Right,
same
well,
because
well,
you could
okay. No,
you
I
could
get you.
finesse
Yeah,
your
yeah.
you could
Right,
finesse
right.
your way out of a UFC
Right.
fight by hugging for 5 rounds
Right,
and then
you can
submitting
finesse
somebody.
your way in by ducking.
Well, that's how GSP kept it.
What you mean?
the belt forever.
So
If you never get hit, you can finesse a fight by ducking and
I'm
running.
gonna move
Like,
on to D. Lewis. I got you.
My
You're
balls
right.
are
You
hot.
got a
Just
point.
say-
My balls are hot, man.
My balls are hot.
what are you gonna say? Drop some balls with his balls. Like, no, bro.
What was it? He took off his shorts, right?
Yeah,
Pants. He said, "Why take off your
And Joe
woman
Rogan was
pants?"
like,
So-
why you taking your pants off? He goes, my balls are hot.
Again, there's no filter, so I don't want to come across as racist, man. But like, he's fighting a Russian dude, right? All I could think was fucking Rocky, and then
What he said at the end of Trump.
no, remember the
Oh, yeah, of course.
the Russian
Yes,
nigga that killed.
he dies. Dolph Lundgren, huh?
So every time I see
Drago.
a Russian,
Oh, yeah,
a Russian versus a
Ivan.
black dude, I'm just like,
Apollo Creed. You mad he's died? You want him to come back
yes.
around?
And the whole fight, they looking at me like this fat dude can't do nothing, Pert. I'm just like, no, bro, he from New Orleans, man, by way of.
I think he's from Houston.
He from Houston by way of New Orleans. Don't sleep on. You could tell he got the New Orleans head, like that.
No,
little,
it's
Is that why my
it's
boy was
researchable.
just
There's no
so
reason to
real?
prove it right now. It's
Yes.
researchable.
Okay.
He was rowdy, man. He was
but
rowdy on the national stage.
what I'm telling, I watched it. I like D. Lewis, man. Like D. Lewis, that's my guy, bro. And like I was telling him, it's coming. It was a minute left in the fight. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't think it was coming because I was like, at that point,
I mean, it was definitely a tired punch. You can see he was.
no, yeah, oh yeah.
It was like he was winded at the time he even knocked him out.
But he was looking for it.
Yeah. I'm
But see,
saying
he
it's
missed.
understandable why you're like, yeah, I don't think it's
Yeah,
coming right
see,
now because even when he did it, it was like,
The thing is,
it wasn't like a
He's
round
ready
one.
for the belt, though.
He said he wasn't.
He was.
Nah.
Well, it
I
was.
ain't ready for no belt.
I've never seen someone come off a 1 month fight that quick for a title. And even me, he's like, I don't got the fucking cardio for this shit.
You know he fought. He fought like
You gotta take advantage of your waves, son.
he fought like 3 months ago though. Like he just had a fight, but he had back spasms that fight, and it was a boring ass fight.
But look though.
A lot of people upset. I was mad at him that fight
But look
because I
though,
watched
like,
the dude, the beast,
it's
man.
different. It's different than boxing though. That's boxing shape and UFC shape is totally different. You got what,
Facts.
But and it's like you got 3 rounds versus 12 rounds.
Yeah.
Then if it's a
I got
championship fight, you get with the 5
5
rounds or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's like, I guess, especially when you can end the UFC fight so fast.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or you can win without taking so much damage.
Well,
I can
shit.
see their recovery time
At
coming
this
back.
point, who else you fight? You #1 contender now.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They actually say
I hate to
there was a
tell
big
you.
debate while.
But I mean, no, at the end of the day, let's
Can't
be
argue
honest.
with it.
Trey, what you do after that? If you the #1 contender, what do you do?
But let's be honest though, like
Give me
you
my
know,
shot.
in the mid of the like, I mean, once you like back in fight mode, I'll fight anybody.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
So it's like,
right.
yeah, it was extremely entertaining to hear him say
Right.
it though.
Best post game interview though. I love
There was
the
a- there was
interview.
a-
You don't go in without wanting to be the #1.
There was a big debate a while back that you had everybody saying that UFC was dangerous, but they said boxing is
That's
actually
because-
more dangerous than UFC because it's all
No,
blows
all to the head. Yeah.
all to the head.
But also, UFC had no rules when it first started. Remember,
yeah,
you were
had-
fighting. You had no weight class.
You
You
had
had
a-
no rules. People were winning by like all kinds of crazy moves that you can't do now.
Yes.
No, you can't
So,
do that.
That's what got it
So
hot.
yeah,
though.
when UFC was nothing but DVDs or blockbuster videos
Yeah.
on UFC pay per view, that's the only time you can.
It was
even
blood
see
sport.
Right.
It was a
Pretty
live. It
much.
was a live blood
Yeah,
sport.
so yeah, back then that was definitely the most dangerous ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, man, I was like, you love some of those old highlights. Remember when like dude had him choked out on the ground,
Oh,
hit
yeah.
him with like 20 elbows straight, and just was clear.
Yeah, but that was that's when it was raw.
Yeah,
But that shit was,
man. And that's when I loved it because you would see like a sumo wrestler versus a.
well, there were no categories.
You can you can literally see the two different fighting styles coming together.
But
size didn't matter.
Size didn't matter. Size didn't matter.
And I think that's one thing about, and we're gonna switch it, but that's one thing about boxing and the UFC that I really don't like, not the size thing, but people kill themselves damn near to get into like the 115 pound fight or something. The female that came out, like she
got her stuff.
But she won a fight. She was she's a little, I forgot her name. She's a little cute chick, man, but she went up there and tried to do like the flex. And like she almost fainted. She's like like shaking, trying to just
turn the weight thing.
Yeah, trying to like she.
But that's some points right before that you're dropping weight. You're in the back.
That's what I'm saying. Like
just like have you ever seen boys faint on like Mr. Olympia's?
Yes.
Man.
The same thing.
Yeah.
When you hold it in and you because it's the same.
You don't know. You like that posing stuff.
Yes.
That takes a lot on you.
And you have no fat on you, so you have no energy storage.
You probably was just coming from the back while in a sauna riding a bike, really trying to drop that weight.
That's one of those dangerous things about the sport.
But let me ask you this, so we can, and it's going to definitely be a cool, a nice little transition.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we kind of talking about, like the difference, like the old UFC and versus this new stuff, and how nowadays you don't like it no more because of this.
Right.
And I've always had this debate with people too, and I look at it about football. Right. It's like, all right, you debating saying, oh man, football this, you fought too many flags, you can't do this no more, and it's just soft, right?
Right.
Well, you also got so many millions of dollars coming in these lawsuits for CTE.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, what do you want? Do you want them to provide all this money for everybody who got CTE and protect them while they're here so they won't get it no more?
Right.
Or do you want to let them say, okay, full blown CTE, I don't care about it, and you know what I'm saying? So you have to kind of ask yourself, what do you truly want? So it's the same thing. Like that's what I'm saying. That's why I connected to boxing and UFC. It's like, all right, at some point, are you going to start making these professional boxers wear headgear? Because would you really want to see a Floyd Mayweather fight with headgear? No. Do you want to see UFC with headgear? No, you don't. So you have to, it's that raw element, but you also don't see a lot of fighters suing the arenas or the leagues for any kind of head damage. And like you said, boxing is you know what I mean? Look like Muhammad Ali. So it's like you don't see him getting lawsuits because of the fact that he got hit in the head because it comes with it. You know what I mean? And like I said, I don't think that anybody would appreciate a fight with headgear. You know what I mean? You don't talk about Olympic boxing as much as you talk about.
Yeah.
So.